Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker has been cast as one of the most dangerous women in Germany by elements of the British media. At home, this Brandenburg State MP is, however, loved by her constituents, but hated even more by the enemies of the German people because she is absolutely fearless. While the German state turned its back on the women and girls of Germany, she stands defiant and she came to their aid, both practically and politically. She is the alternative for Deutschland's Remigration Spokeswoman in the state parliament. They've actually got a spokeswoman for remigration in parliament. Isn't that incredible? And she's being re-elected for the second time on an increased majority. Why did that happen? Because she stood up for the women of her nation and for remigration. Two things that are intrinsically linked. It's my honour to welcome to the stage Ms. Lena Kotré, MP.
Yeah, thank you, Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the invitation. Out of respect for your time, I will keep my speech brief. As of this year, the AfD is the strongest party in Germany. We began as an anti-Euro movement and have since become the only migration-critical force in Germany. We faced countless crises and grown stronger from each. Today, I want to share the key lessons with you from our political journey. First, you must understand that right-wingers are held to different standards than anybody else. We don't have the same rights as others, often not even basic human rights are granted. Therefore, each applicant for our party goes through background checks and interviews. We need people of good character who can take the stress. If anything seems off, they are not accepted. Quality over quantity means a party of good and upright individuals. Meanwhile, we have over 50,000 members, and we are the most monitored organization in Germany. Even the mafia is not as well infiltrated as we are. Our communications are monitored. All conversations are recorded. Every AfD member is effectively a public person, whether they like it or not. Imagine every person is being an ambassador. We accept this responsibility. What the media does is to single out one person who represents positions and try to scandalize them. But this only makes our ideas more visible. Just compares to the left. Recently, a girl got murdered by a migrant. A left party advisor called the grieving father's pain over his murdered daughter Nazi bullshit. A migrant killed 2 people by ramming a car into a trade union demo. And the union distanced itself from us as a reaction, as if we sat in that car. People see this mental illness. They draw conclusions. We are winning public opinion. Another key to our success is the ecosystem around us. Activities, activists, independent media, content creators. They support us because they believe in the same cause. They produce content, influence public opinion, and shift the mood. We don't direct them, but we inspire them by doing our part. We are winning the social media game. A party is not just its leadership, it's the political arm of a larger movement. In my home state of Brandenburg, the AfD is already a people's movement. We have support from all walks of life. We hold large public events with no need for security because the people stand with us. And it works. In Eastern Germany, we reach at least 35%. We are winning the hearts and minds of our people. Another reason for our rise is our practical help. When I campaigned last year, we handed out kubotans, small self-defense tools, especially to women. I gave them a greater sense of security. While other parties import criminals, I help our citizens protect themselves. The result? We won our constituency easily. Friends, actions matter. We are the only party with a regular presence at the local level, week after week, year-round. Other parties only appear before elections. We are out on the street every day and try to get our message out. In Brandenburg, there's an AfD event somewhere every single day. We are always accessible to everybody. Another lesson we had to learn: never retreat when attacked by the media. We are playing for Team Germany. The media plays for Team Replacement Migration. They don't want honest debate. They want submission. They are not journalists. They are bullies looking for victims. They pressure us to disavow our own people. In the early days, we actually did. The attacks didn't stop. They intensified. We've learned you must never back down. I've been accused of arming the population for a while with kubotans. I proposed a remigration industry like the US is now exploring, and was smeared for it. Even my visit here today will be misrepresented in the media. But we don't care. We don't retreat. Our experience is that they attack once. If you stand your ground, they just leave and look for the next right-winger who is not solid enough. Also, a key finding was that they can't handle transparency. I now publish my responses to journalists. If I only reply to them, they write hit pieces. If I reply publicly, they either don't publish anything or publish my statement in full without lying. We are even winning the legacy media. Nobody trusts the state media anymore. We set the narrative now, and they are forced to follow us. Now some might ask, why are we treated like criminals? Why are we monitored like terrorists? Why do the media ignore actual criminals and target us? It's simple. Because we are the only pro-German party. Everybody else promotes policies that lead to the replacement of our people. Some aggressively, others quietly. But the result is the same. We reject that. We insist. Our existence is non-negotiable. We will not give up an inch of our homeland. No compromise. Friends, enforcing the legal obligation to leave the country is a core matter of eternal security and public trust in the ability of our state to act. We, the AfD, have been represented in parliaments for 10 years, and our proposals are bringing us closer, step by step, to governmental responsibility. What will we do? First, deportation centers for all foreigners who are obliged to leave the country. These individuals should be housed under controlled conditions until they leave voluntarily or until their deportation can be enforced, even if it takes their lifetime. It's unacceptable that people who are legally required to leave our country are allowed to remain for months or even years, with all the known consequences for security and public order. Second, we call for the privatization of deportation services. The state has clearly proven incapable of carrying out deportations efficiently. That is why we want to involve private service providers who are logistically qualified and legally supervised. These actors bring the necessary know-how, experience, and motivation. With a functioning deportation industry, Germany could only once again become an exporting nation. Third, deportation obstacle must be removed. Many illegal migrants benefit from unclear origins, but we can already determine that. We simply have to use DNA analysis, linguistic assessments, and the examination of their mobile phones. This should be standard procedure in a functioning state. We are not a settlement zone for foreigners. We are a sovereign country with clear rules. We introduced the term remigration into the German political discourse as the first party to do so, and we included it in our party platform. Our voters understand there is a solution to the migration problem, and they also understand that we are the only one who push that solution. Illegal migration is not a law of nature. We are calling for a remigration offensive. Remigration is the defining issue of our generation, and we have claimed it politically. And what's the result? Nationwide, we are currently polling at 26%. We are winning. What does that mean for you? Never give up, never back down. What's possible in Germany is possible for you too. Educate your people about remigration. Do more than yesterday. And above all, make it clear to everyone. This is your country and remigration is inevitable. Thank you.